In the previous tutorial, we looked at how to execute SQL queries using the SQL Server Management Studio. In this tutorial, we want to look at how to execute SQL queries using the command prompt. And to do that, we'll click on the Start button and type in cmd, and then click on Command Prompt. I'm just going to change my directory, and we're going to use this SQL command as what's going to let us execute our various queries. For now, let's just see what options we have. And there's a few that we want to focus on. The first one is the -h host name, and that's the name of the machine that SQL Server instance is running on. And so for us, it's just going to be our local machine. We also have -s server, and that's the name of the SQL Server instance that we want to use. We also have -d, and that's the database name. And as you can notice, there's $H and $d. These are case sensitive, so they have to be $H and $d. So let's connect to our database. And so we're going to use SQL command -h. I'm going to specify my machine name. I don't have to because I'm already on the machine that SQL Server instance is running on, but for the tutorial, we'll just do it with -h. So -s, and this is the SQL Server instance. And so since mine is the default instance, I can just say dot, and that'll specify the default instance of SQL Server. And I can do -d, and I'm going to specify the test DB database, and then hit enter. And now we get a prompt here, and this is indicating that we're ready to start writing our SQL queries. So let's just select the data from the users table. So select all from users and hit enter. And it doesn't execute the query because what the SQL command is letting you do is actually create a batch of your queries and then execute them all at once. So to execute the query that we just wrote, type in go and enter. As you can see here, these are the data from our users table. So let's this time execute multiple queries. So we can do select ID from users, select first name from users, enter, and then let's execute both queries. And you can see here, this was our first query, and this is our second query. There's also another command that we can use, a shorthand, if you don't want to go into the prompt and then execute the query and then hit go. You can use the -q. So let's use that. And if you're ever in the command and the prompt and you want to exit, just type exit, enter, and then you're out. So SQL command -d test db -q, and then we can just type in our query here from users and then hit enter. And as you can see here, it didn't actually give us a prompt, it just executed the query. And you can also execute the query and get into the prompt if that's what you're wanting to do. So let's do that as well. So we can do SQL command -d test db, and this time instead of capital Q, we want lowercase q. Select all from users and enter. And now you can see it executed the query, but not only that, we're also in the command, the prompt, and we can execute additional queries. If you're writing a SQL command and you have an error, the thing is that you'll get an error back. So let's test that out. So let's say I do select all from, and I misspell from, and I put a double M. Enter, go, and you see there was incorrect syntax near from. So how do we correct that? The good thing is in the command prompt, you can just hit the up arrow and it'll give you the past entries that you've written. So we can go back, find the one that we have an error in, remove the error, hit enter again, go, and it executed fine. Again, we can hit exit, type in exit, enter, and we're back. And that's how you execute queries in the command prompt.